if you are wondering how you can get into the NFL, this podcast is going to let you know. But you know what, Worm? That's it. You're past your prime. You're not going to get in. Stop sending your TikTok videos to Jerry Jones. That's it. You're done.
Dude, hey, I got to try, man. And Robert inspired me, dude. I got to pursue my dreams, dude. I got to try.
All right, guys. Welcome back to Too Hard, Too Fast, the podcast with strong opinions about things that we may or may not know too much about in order to broaden perspectives. Start the show.
I like to ruin perspectives.
All right, so in this episode, we have another guest with us, and we're going to be talking about something Worm definitely has no idea about, sports, more particularly football.
Oh, yeah? Because you're pretty good at basketball, right, dude?
Hey, look, my shirt says it says I'm on.
You're what? I taught your son how to bat, bro.
Yeah, whatever, man. All right, before we get started, though, I got this gift, Too Hard, Too Fast podcast painting. I got it from Spin Painting and More on Facebook. Great job. I really liked it. So, all the description and the link is in the bottom. If you're listening on Spotify, just look up Spin Painting and More, Moore on Facebook. They got good stuff in there. They'll customize anything for you. All right.
That looks really cool. You think they can customize my face on it?
I think so. I don't even.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. I just sent them, hey, can you do the logo or what? And within 2 days, they had it.
They did a hell of a job on that. I'll tell you what.
Oh, God. That'd be cool to get some like a face.
That'd be cool, man. Like a little caricature. That'd be cool. Really cool.
Hey, you know what I just realized? All three of us used to live together.
I know. That's pretty unfortunate for at least
bro,
two of us.
It was the best time of your life, bro.
Yeah, you never spent money
let's
on
introduce
shampoo
him.
bottles,
Let's introduce him. Hey, who is this guy, George? Who is this guy?
We got Robert. Robert is my brother, and we actually did live together for like 2 years in the dorms.
We lived together a lot
That's
more.
That's it. You guys were separated as kids, or what?
I pretended he didn't. Yeah, I pretended he didn't live right next door or right in the same room as me forever. No, I meant like all three of us. I was going back to what you were saying, that we all lived together.
Yeah.
You said 2 years. We lived 2 years with this guy.
2 years, I think, at least.
You know, this guy never spent money on shampoo bottles. Like he had the same shampoo bottles for 2 years.
Well, because I would just take from you guys.
I know. Yeah, we figured it out halfway through the first year.
That's the point.
It
was a community. We were sharing.
Yeah, we didn't want to make you feel bad.
Well, thank you.
We started filling out shampoo bottles with piss and like.
I didn't. I never noticed.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, man. All right, so Robert works for the NFL, and we're going to talk about what it took to get into the NFL. In a little bit, we'll get into all that conversation.
Hey, you made a big league, dude. Let's take a cheers to that. Dude, cheers.
Oh, what are you drinking there, man?
Some Adam Sandler right here, bro.
Oh, cool. That works. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Adam Sandler, for sure.
Samuel Adams, bro.
Looks like we're keeping it the same. I got the same thing as the last podcast.
All right. Hey, Robert, George, cheers. Hey, man. It's making it to the NFL, man.
I'm keeping it Texas right here.
There you go. So what are you drinking, man?
What I'm drinking.
What's your favorite beer, though?
Anything that rolls downhill, man.
So tell us about your life, Robert.
My life?
Yeah. Do you have any brothers or sisters, or?
I mean, obviously, you know about my life since you spent 2 years with me, and I mean, I don't.
You never opened up, dude. I always asked you, hey, man, how are you feeling today? And you just shut the hell up, dude. I said, all right, you never
exactly.
never opened yourself up. Hey, but now's the time, dude.
Who can open up to a guy? Who can open up to a guy who would tap his nuts every time he's laughed and like click?
Hey, he's gonna cut that out.
I know. I mean, like, yeah. I mean, gave his fucking his left nut a concussion every time he fucking laughed.
I'm an Aztec warrior, bro.
You're some kind of warrior. I don't know about Aztec, but
an Aztec worm.
Aztec aquí, bro. The Aztec worm, dude.
Dude, all he did was play video games.
That was you,
I know
dude.
because I was playing video games on the other side of the room.
I didn't even have a
Yeah,
TV.
yeah.
Both of you had a TV. I never even had a TV.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, dude. I was too poor, dude. I came.
You had the fridge.
There's difference between poor and cheap, but whatever.
Yeah, I guess
Hey,
so.
you gotta admit though, we were best roommates you ever had. We're the only roommates that never stole from you.
That's true. That's
Dang.
true. Now I'll admit that. Yeah, you guys tolerated me. That's true.
I stole all his bagel bites.
Did you?
Yeah, from the C store. You would get them. Oh,
Really?
oh
Oh,
my
sure.
God,
I don't remember.
I'm the one buying them from the C store.
Hey, we even provided this guy with like a full like what do you call it, like covers for his bed. Nice,
pink
nice,
ones, dude.
pink
From
ones.
the dumpster. Yeah. Thank you, bro. Thank you.
He was
but
mad,
Hey,
dude.
we need to
you
get
up
that
for at
other
least
guy
2-3
in here
days.
that you and him.
But you slept
Yeah,
really comfortable for at least 2-3 days.
That's
man,
true,
until
dude. I
he
was
told
so
you about it.
tired. Dude, George, I didn't know, dude. Him and some other dude, some short dude. I didn't know they found pink blankets and a cover or whatever and put it on my bed. I was so tired and I'm like, whatever. I just slept on it. Then later they tell me, yeah, man, we found that on the dumpster. Dude, I slept there the whole night.
Why would you just keep covers that you didn't know whose they were?
because
I knew they were
covers. They were
his.
like, nah, dude, I don't want them.
Because I knew they were
fucking
messing
guy.
with me, but I was so tired that day. I just wanted to go to sleep. I'm like, whatever. I didn't care. So,
For
Did
3
you not-
days, you just wanted to go to sleep?
3 days. It was just one night or
Okay.
whatever nap I took. It was just that one time.
Dirty. Were you guys already living with me when I? No, I don't think so. When we did the beer pong party? No, right?
I don't know. I only remember one
Wait, maybe like in the dorm though, right? In the
Yeah,
dorm.
and then where we destroyed the whole room down and just made it into like a big party room. And had
Is that
big,
where you hid a keg in the closet or something?
Yeah.
No, I
no,
wasn't
that was the
there.
year before I got
But you
there.
always told that story every year.
Every year, like it
time.
never,
Dude, that was-
never went away.
It's like a traditional story, dude. Oh, one time I had a badass party. I had a kegger in the closet. We almost got in trouble.
Yeah, every time he told the story,
Is that
like
drunk uncle?
Like every time he told the story, it was like another keg added in the closet. It was like,
I
by the end
know.
of
It started off with
career,
one
it's
keg,
like-
then 2 keg, then
Yeah.
3 keggers.
by the end of
It was
by the time
it
I
was the
graduated,
Kenny
it was 4
Chesney
kegs
song.
in the closet. It's got like, okay.
No.
Hey man, that was my
Hey.
peak. I peaked after that, and then that's it. That was my
That
was my highlight.
Yeah, you did peak after that because after the next year, like you shaved some guy's head in our room and there was hair everywhere.
What? Who'd you shave?
Okay, and I wasn't. It wasn't.
Did you say
just
Shoto's
the-
hair? That's why he's still bald or what?
Yeah, and then he dented some guy's bike motorcycle helmet.
What?
What?
George, I feel like I don't know you anymore, bro.
I feel like I'm just getting dragged under the mud. No, okay.
Hey, Robert, tell us more secrets, bro. I like this. This is good.
What do you mean? There's no secrets. You're just passed out.
Who was about the
This
shave?
word was passed out.
Oh yeah, you were passed out. It was okay. The shaving of the head wasn't just my doing, or it wasn't even my idea. I was just the one with the clippers, I think.
It was actually his idea. Yeah, he wanted to do it, but you just did it for him.
Yeah, he was him like saying like, "Do it, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it," and it was to me. I just felt it was all talk until I was like, "Well, let's do it," and we did it. And we did shave. We gave him a mohawk at first, and he rocked it for like a month.
He had no choice.
Yeah, I mean, he could have shaved the rest of it off, but he will rock that mohawk. Now the kicking, it wasn't even my idea. I don't even know.
It was his
was the
idea.
guy's
He goes,
idea.
"This is the best helmet ever. And, like nothing can happen to it." And I was like, "Well, want to bet?"
Yeah, that's what it was. It's like if I kick you in the head right now, I bet you can feel it. And he goes, "Nah, man, I won't feel it. I won't feel
Bro,
it."
he was
It's
so
big.
sad. He was so sad when we took the off. And then, like, there was a big ass dip on it. I was like, well, I mean, this guy kicked it with his tennis shoes. And he probably had Toms on. It's like, you bought a cheap ass helmet.
I don't know. I put a dent in that helmet, and I think he left right after that. Like he left.
He
the room.
was so butthurt.
Oh man, I don't think he ever talked to me again after that. But it wasn't
No,
even my fault, man. He
for
wanted it.
years. He's like you shunned him away from his cave, like he was done.
Yeah, that was. I mean, it was his fault. He wanted to show off.
Yeah, no, it was his fault, absolutely.
Nah, it was funny though. I think we did talk eventually at some point, but I don't know. I lost more friends than I probably remember. I'm surprised I
I
haven't
mean, I'm
lost
trying
Worm.
not to be your friend either, but
I've been trying to lose Worm, but I just keep riding my coattails.
yeah,
He
right.
needs something to hold on to, man.
Yeah, yeah.
He's
That's
still
why
living in West Texas.
That's true.
He loves living that too hard, too fast life.
It's too hard for him though.
This is the only place that accepts me to do that.
That's the only place that accepts your Truman Show.
I try, basically.
And even then, man,
This-
you remember that Truman Show? You were scared.
it
I know you
was.
talked about it in the past episodes. You were scared.
It was scared, man. I'm still scared.
You better be, man. People be
Yeah.
watching you.
Hey, but I'm glad that wherever I go, the city will prosper. So you know what? That's a sacrifice that I'm willing to
I don't
do.
know about
See,
your city, but okay.
this city's prospering, man.
All right. So, at that point in college, did you already know you were gonna try to work for the NFL, or we were still just trying to figure it out, or what?
You know, man, I didn't know. I didn't even want to go to college. I didn't even think I was going to graduate high school. But I knew I wanted, after I graduated high school, I knew what I wanted to do, and I wanted to work. And I mean, growing up, Southwest Texas, in small town or whatever, and the resources that you get, you don't hear much about it, and you kind of don't really kind of get to talk to a lot of people that made it, essentially, or made it. And I knew what I wanted to do, but I didn't know how to get there. So every year, I thought I was doing right, but then I didn't figure it out till like my last year in college. And then by then I figured out, like, okay, well, I need to get my master's. I need to learn more. I need to get some kind of certification to be able to do that. And some experience, you know. But
Well, before you move on, what inspired you to make you think that that's what you wanted to pursue?
I mean, I always loved sports. I always loved football. Growing up, you know, football is king, especially in Texas, you know. And a couple teams are king, and then that's what you aspire to be, whether you play for them or you work for them, you know. That's what I want to do, you know. And growing up, you think football is the best sport ever, and playing it, you want to play it, you want to learn it, and stuff like that. And you can't play it, you want to be involved in it. So, I mean, after I learned what I needed to do, what I had to do, and stuff like that, I kind of went for it, and I kind of did my research. I was smarter in the way I did my research, and I was smarter in the way I looked up things and set my goals, you know. So I guess after undergrad, I kind of turned on the jets essentially, or because I already knew what I had to do and stuff like that. I knew where I had to go, and I went for it, you know. And I guess once I set a goal for myself, and I don't let really anything to deter me about it. And there's a lot of people that told me I couldn't do it. There's a lot of people told me that I wouldn't amount to anything. And that's going up to even grad school, and said that I wasn't going to be able to do it or whatever. But I think that kind of just made me want it more, made me want to prove it more, you know?
So,
Hey, when you graduated, bro, you were living here in West Texas for your grad school, man. See, don't diss West Texas.
Hey, I love West Texas. West Texas is a great town. Like it treated me well for the most part. There's times that they didn't, but it treated me well, and it was a great time. I like it. I like the weather. I like the people out there, but it's cool. I wouldn't mind going back to West Texas sometime.
Yeah, man. Your graduation, man. I was so happy, man. When you finished, got to party a little bit.
Yeah. You were one of the few people that came over and hang out and kind of kept touch throughout my journey and stuff like that. So I really appreciate you coming by. But
you don't want me in your life no more. Is what you're trying to tell me, right? But
Huh?
You don't want me in your life no more, right? Is what you're trying to tell me.
I mean, you're a little strange character now. You
It's
go
just
too
for
hard,
show,
too fast.
bro.
I'm trying to slow it down a little bit sometimes.
All right, I'll slow it down too, man. I'll slow it down.
There's no way you can slow it down.
Why
You
not?
live your life too hard, too fast all the time.
That's true, man. Like, I'd rather burn bright than to
I mean,
Bright
you're
and
running sprints all the time,
Right,
even in
right is
marathons.
slow, then long and dull.
It's true, man. And I'm still fat. Can you believe that? I'm sprinting all the time. I'm
I
still
can.
fat. Man, you're still a jerk, dude. Shoot.
I am.
But you're an honest jerk, dude. So that's
I
good.
mean, I'm not gonna try for the truth, man.
That's good, man. Hey, I appreciate that, man. See, I know I could always count on you for the truth.
But
Yeah,
okay, so
Hey,
in grad school,
Hey, when can I go visit you, bro? When can I go visit you?
Whenever you want, as long as you a couple test negative twice, and then like
As long as I test
72
positive?
hours. Then yeah,
All right. Well, maybe when this whole thing's over, though. Maybe when this whole thing's over.
yeah, maybe in a couple years.
Hey, so what is the NFL? Do you think from and maybe you don't have that much info, but do you think the season for sure is going to start? They're probably going to push it back.
hey, you're
I mean,
skipping the whole thing. Like we didn't even talk about like how grad school was or what. Like I
All
want
right. Oh, my bad. All right. Go.
He
he goes too hard
You gotta
too
think
fast,
about
man.
somebody that's clicking on this audio link or this
All
video.
right. Okay. You made your point. All
How
right.
do
Let's
I
start
get
again.
myself to the NFL? And he was like,
He just
oh,
wants
well,
to jump
you go
to the end.
school and then
He just wants to
you set
juice.
goals. You set
wants
goals,
to-
but that's it.
He wants the meat. He just wants. That's what it is. He not trying to play with no crust in the sandwich. He's just trying to get through the middle of it.
I want the details.
Come
All
on, man,
right.
he was-
So you researched how to, like, what steps were you needed to get to the NFL, which was you needed to go into grad school and study what?
Athletic training. Like athletic training is it's something that a lot of people hear about it in the media, but it's kind of always downplayed. And it's the prevention, the treatment, and the rehabilitation of injuries and stuff like that. But a lot of people misconstrue it just being water boys and kind of just being the people that pass out water and on the sidelines or whatever. But it's really more than that. We take care of emergency care and stuff like that. And we're prepared to save lives and prepared to save limbs. And a lot of people don't really give us much credit. And a lot of people really don't know about it until you get into it. I knew a little bit about it just from research and stuff like that. But you really have to know your anatomy from head to toe, front to back, and everything in between. And then everything's always changing from you get a lot of tools in your toolbox, but you know a lot about a little bit, or a little bit about a lot, and you're able to help out a lot of people, even if it's not directly like you're directly doing it. But that's what you need to study. Some aspects, a lot of people do physical therapy and stuff like that, and a lot of people are dual credentialed, which really helps a lot. And it's really a lost skill right now, because to be dual credentialed right now, you really have to go to physical therapy school and then, or go to athletic training first and then get the physical therapy. You can't do it. A long time ago, you were able to do it at the same time, but now you have to do it kind of separately, which a lot of people don't really want to go to school for. Two things that are very similar. They're not the same, but they're really similar. But it's really a key thing to do if you really want to try to make it in the professional league somewhere.
Was grad school the same as undergrad, or like?
Oh, absolutely
Like-
not. No way. I mean, I never was one to study at all, but my first 2 years, you guys can vouch that I didn't really try as hard as I probably should have. And then my last 2 years, I figured I needed to do something with my life and at least get a B+ average. And then grad school, B+ was the bare minimum. So I really needed to try.
But you were more interested in it, though, right? Because it focused
Absolutely.
on what you
Well,
wanted.
absolutely. Like
Yes.
I was more interested and kind of more into it, more active about it, and really want to learn more invested, especially because that's what I want to do. That's what I want to learn. Whether undergrad is kind of broad type of learning, which was you learn a little bit about everything, but in grad school is more direct, and it's kind of like more centered to what you want to do in life, and preparing you more for the future and what you really care about. So yeah, I put a lot more effort into it, and I spent a lot more nights in the library, or at least a lot more hours in the library than I did in my apartment. And I'm not ashamed of that. That's something I needed to do, and I'm kind of proud of it. But
I never once stepped inside of the library for undergrad, unless I was renting a movie.
And I really applied to myself, which I did, and I learned a lot of things. So
but did it help? Like, did you have to like work with a group of people and make sure like you're on top of each other, or was it just like a solo thing? You're on your own?
I think a little bit of both. You know, like you can't go through it alone, especially being away from home, stuff like that, and kind of like knowing what you need to do, and you work as a group, so you got a bunch of friends and stuff like that, so you work as a group, and you're doing things together, but at the same time, I'm like that person that I need to be by myself to not be distracted. I mean, even by myself, I get distracted, so I had to work by myself first and kind of try to learn by myself, and then work with a group and kind of do group projects, stuff like that, and group studying, but it's both, really.
Did you have any internships or any like graduate assistantships? Or
I did. I was lucky enough to get I mean, during school and stuff like that, you get different rotations. And first one I was at high school, and I spent a year with Texas Tech football. So that was really cool. I got to see what the transition was like, and for different athletes from spring to fall and all that, and go through the hardships of the fall and stuff like that. And then, but in between the summer and stuff like that, I got a chance to work with arena football. So I got a taste of what professional football was like, even in a small scale, or even in a small scale as far as salary or money wise, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, the intensity was still high, and it was fun. And I think that kind of like increased the fire in me to pursue my goals, you know. I got the chance to work with professional football, even if it wasn't in the NFL. So I wanted to see what it was about in the big leagues or whatever. So I got to do that, and it was fun. I got to experience college football, which was really fun. And then after I graduated, I got to experience college football and different places here and there, and that was fun too. And I always like doing a resume out, just kind of see what's up. But I never expected anything because, I mean, like I said, coming from Southwest Texas and small towns, stuff like that, being a minority and like that, you never expect anything because you never think you're going to be the person they get to choose. And luckily enough, I got chosen. But so.
Man, that's awesome.
So what was it like to like work in college versus work in a professional league before NFL? Like, was it around the same work, or was it more work, more hours?
Yeah, I mean, the hours were similar. The hours, the hours are long, and in college, 6 o'clock till maybe 6 o'clock at night. The same thing. Arena League was like, depending. I lived an hour away from where I had to be, so it was like 4 o'clock till maybe 6 o'clock, maybe 8 o'clock at night. And I had to travel another hour to go home or whatever. So I basically like live, sleep to go to work. But I mean, in college it prepares you. Like, you wake up 6 o'clock, go to work, go to class, and then go back to work, practice, and then finish up 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night, and then go back and study. You know, and that's what grad school is all about. Like, there's points and times where I kind of chose. I don't know about anybody else. I chose where I slept, ate dinner, or studied sometimes. And but I mean, I got through with it. But at the same time, like, during the season, the hours are similar, like 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and then you leave maybe 6 o'clock at night, 12-hour days, maybe 14-hour days. You know, and that holds true now. Like, um, 12-hour days every day from the end of July till hopefully your season ends in February. Like, but if your season ends in January, then it is what it is. But at the end of the day, you get at least 12-hour days, 10 to 12-hour days. When no person works 8 to 5, that's 8, maybe a couple of overtime hours.
Nice. Hey, so was there anyone in Texas Tech football or in some of the other colleges you worked at where they went on to play in the NFL and you may have known them or they're at least there?
Like
At the time you were
player-wise?
there? Yeah, player-wise. Players that either you knew or maybe they were just there at the time and they went on to the NFL also.
Yeah, I had a couple guys and I still talk to them and I met them, and especially there's a couple guys that I worked with in their college career, and they ended their college career and then they went on to the league. And surprisingly enough, a couple months later, like we ended up in the same team. And he was actually the first person I saw when I ended up in this team and stuff like that. So he recognized me. It was really cool. And now, even then, there's a couple guys that I still know. I don't really talk to them as much, but I know them. And I see them like maybe in a pregame or at the end of the game or whatever, and may run into them and they say hello. And it's always good to – I mean, I don't expect anything from them. I don't even expect a hello. But they give me a big old hug and then pick me up. And it's like as long lost buddies or whatever. It's kind of like, whoa, I didn't even really expect this reaction from them, but it's kind of cool to say what's up. And different careers or different colleges I work with. It's good to follow the guys that I've worked with in the past and kind of follow their careers and wish them the best, whether it's our opponents or not. But it's pretty cool to see them go, and accomplish their dreams with like I am,
Yeah.
I wish you the best, but I hope you lose.
Yeah, basically, like I got a couple of buddies that work in different teams and say what's up, and like before the game, I was like, all right, cool, man. Hey, hopefully no one's injured, and then I hope you guys lose. Like I want to win. Like at the end of the day, I want to win the Super Bowl.
Dang, imagine. So like when you left undergrad or left grad school, like how did you get into working with the colleges that you did? Like just pure luck, or did you?
I mean, everything's about luck because I mean, I didn't know anybody. Like a lot of people went to big schools and like did this internship or had this program or whatever. And I did not. I went to a small school, which I mean, I'm proud of and stuff like that. And they helped me as much as they could. But they didn't really have no connections to any of these schools, and a lot of people did. But all I did was throw my resume out. Really, especially after grad school, the only connection I had is the ones I made by talking or whatever. So all I did was throw my resume out. I literally throw my resume out for maybe 20 to 50 schools, or jobs or whatever at a time, and I'll probably get like 3 calls back, and then it just happened that the one school I did apply to, the person ended up knowing someone at my school, but I didn't really talk to that person. Like they were a staff person, and then that person heard about me just because the work ethic or whatever, and just kind of just traveled through. I was like, I heard good things. I never talked about it or whatever, but here's someone that can tell you better. And they forwarded me to my direct supervisor or whatever, and they gave me a good recommendation. I got the job. I was actually the first person in my class to get a job before we graduated. So, and I just kept that close to the vest. And then when they asked me, I was like, I already have a job like in February or whatever. So
that's awesome.
Before I even got certified.
Do you think it helped having that graduating from Texas Tech, since it's a big?
I mean, it's a big program, so I think it helped that I worked hard. Like I think what got me around is that I worked hard and I wanted to learn, and my drive to do something for myself. I don't think if it wasn't for that, then the person would be like, I haven't heard anything from this person, and they would have hung up the phone, Yeah. I think that the school helped just because it brought in the connection, from different people,
Yeah, the network.
The network.
And you were willing to relocate anywhere, really also, right? You were
Absolutely,
flexible.
absolutely, because I didn't have a plan. Like I just wanted, I know what my goals were, and I knew what I had to take, and right. I mean, nowadays, like you take a low paying job anywhere just to accomplish your goals, and that's what I did. I took a low paying job for 2 years, maybe 3 years, coming out with debt and all that, just to accomplish the goal, and that's what you do essentially in this career sometimes, and that's what some people do in different careers. It all depends, but in some careers, like you just kind of take whatever job they give you,
Yeah, that's true.
And I felt like that's what I had to do because I didn't have nothing to my name, no experience or whatever, so I had to take it,
No, definitely. And it paid off.
I think it did.
Man. All right, so you did that. You were college. You established that, it took a lot of work. The work followed your reputation, and that's what got people. I mean, I think that's the same with any job. Like, if you work hard, people talk about it, and either you get benefits where it helps you get into the next level, or it just gives you more work, whatever.
Yeah,
uh,
absolutely.
like Worm knows about that. You do a good job, and that just give you more work.
I know. And then I jump to the next job for more money, and I just keep going like that, man. Whoever pays me more, shoot.
So all that, and then you got lucky, and you got into the NFL from all that, and there it is. You made it. That's it for part one. We're gonna stop the conversation here. Hey, make sure you listen for part two coming out on Thursday. That's it. Another podcast down the drain. Remember, dare to be you, dare to be weird. Worm, what are you gonna say?
Hey, Robert, I'm proud of you, but go Cowboys!
Well, I guess we can tell what team he's not playing or working.
Yeah, he's not playing.
All right, man. That's it for the podcast. We'll see you guys on Thursday. Bye.